3 130-pound cane corsos, one baby boy, and a security camera that captured something at 3:14 a.m. that nobody in that house knew was happening, every single night, for 7 months straight. If that footage hadn't existed, nobody would have believed it. Nathan always said the dogs came first, before the house, before the furniture, before the nursery was even painted. Titan, Diesel, and Zeus had been with him for 3 years before Jordan was born. 3 black cane corsos with spike collars and faces that made strangers cross the street. Neighbors called them intimidating. The delivery guy refused to approach the front door. The woman next door once said, loudly enough to hear, that no child should grow up in a house with dogs like that. Nathan heard her. He didn't respond because he knew something she didn't. Titan was the oldest, 130 pounds, the kind of stillness that made people nervous. He didn't bark often. When he did, the windows hummed. But inside the house, with Nathan, he was different. He followed him from room to room, not anxiously, just present, like a shadow that had learned to breathe. Diesel was the middle one, 128 pounds. All energy, all loyalty. He greeted Nathan every single evening like he had been gone for years. Full body, tail like a weapon. That specific kind of joy that doesn't perform for anyone. It just exists. Zeus was the youngest, 125 pounds. Quiet in a way the others weren't. He observed everything, cataloged everything, watched doorways, watched windows, watched faces. Nothing happened in that house without Zeus knowing about it first. 3 dogs, 3 personalities, 1 shared instinct. This is ours. We protect it. When Nathan's wife Camille told him she was pregnant, his first thought, after the joy, after the tears, was the dogs. Not fear, not doubt, just a quiet certainty that something was about to change. He spent 4 months preparing. Obedience refreshers, boundary training, introducing baby sounds through a speaker at low volume, then gradually louder. Baby powder on his hands during training sessions so the scent became familiar before it became real. His trainer said he was being excessive. Nathan said he was being a father. Do you have large breeds at home with kids? Tell me how it went in the comments. Jordan came home on a Thursday afternoon in October, 5 weeks early, 6 pounds, 2 ounces, smaller than Nathan had imagined. He carried him through the front door in a car seat, Camille beside him, both of them moving like they were transporting something fragile and irreplaceable, which they were. The dogs were waiting in the living room, sitting. Nathan had asked Camille's mother to keep them calm while they drove home. She said they hadn't moved in 2 hours, just sat there, facing the door. Titan first, Diesel behind him, Zeus to the right. Nathan set the car seat down slowly. Titan stood, walked forward, 1 step, 2 steps. He lowered his enormous head and pressed his nose to the edge of the blanket, held it there for 4 seconds, then he stepped back and sat down. Diesel did the same, nose to blanket, 4 seconds, back. Zeus didn't approach at all. He just looked at Jordan from across the room. Then he turned and walked to the hallway, sat down directly in front of the nursery door. Nathan looked at Camille. Neither of them said anything. The first week they were careful. Dogs never unsupervised with Jordan. Always a door between them during sleep. Controlled introductions, short and calm. But by week 2, a pattern emerged. Wherever Jordan was, the dogs were there. Not crowding, not anxious, just positioned, like a formation. Jordan in his bouncer in the kitchen, Titan to the left, Diesel to the right, Zeus at the entrance. Jordan on the playmat, same formation. Different room, same geometry. Nathan started calling it the triangle. Camille started calling it something she didn't have a word for yet. Still not subscribed? That stings. Hit the button. The camera had been installed 6 weeks after Jordan came home. Not because of the dogs, because of a break-in 3 streets over. Nathan wanted coverage of the hallway and the front entrance. He didn't think much about it. until a Tuesday night in March. He was reviewing footage from the previous week, fast-forwarding through empty hallways, when something made him stop. 3:14 a.m. He leaned forward, watched. Then he called Camille. Every night, without exception, at 3:14 a.m., Titan stood up from his spot outside the nursery. He walked to the front door, stood still for exactly 11 seconds, listened, then to the kitchen window, looked out, then back down the hallway, then into the nursery doorway, just far enough to see Jordan's crib, then back to his spot. 4 minutes, 11 seconds. Then Diesel took over. Same circuit, different pace, his version of the same route. Then Zeus. Slower, more deliberate, he stood in the nursery doorway longer than the others, just watching Jordan breathe. 3 dogs, 3 rounds, every night, while Nathan and Camille slept, while Jordan slept, while the house was quiet and dark and completely unaware. They were working. Nathan sat at the kitchen table at 6 a.m. with his laptop open and watched the footage 4 times. He didn't say anything for a long time. Then he closed the laptop and looked at the 3 dogs asleep in the hallway. Titan, Diesel, Zeus, taking their rest between shifts. Has your dog ever done something that surprised you? Drop it in the comments. Jordan is 8 months old now. He laughs when Diesel's tail hits the floor near him. Full baby laugh, the kind that takes over his whole body. He reaches for Titan's face with both hands every morning. Titan holds perfectly still and lets him. Zeus still sits outside the nursery every night. Nathan checked last Tuesday, 3:14 a.m. Still there, still working. The neighbor who said no child should grow up with dogs like that, she stopped by last month. She saw Jordan on the playmat, surrounded by 3 black cane corsos, laughing at nothing in particular. She didn't say anything for a moment. Then, I didn't know they were like that. Nathan smiled. Most people don't. Some dogs don't wait to be asked. They don't need a command, they don't need a reason. They just look at what matters and decide. Titan, Diesel, and Zeus decided the night Jordan came home, and every night since at 3:14 a.m., while the rest of the house sleeps, they keep deciding, over and over, every single night. That's not training, that's not instinct, that's love, with 4 paws and a night shift that never ends. Would you trust 3 130-pound cane corsos alone with your baby, or would you hesitate? Tell me in the comments.